Hi, this is Sophie Fox from Angelic Energies. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. You know, it's always been my biggest passion to help you lead the best possible life, to help you think about things from a different perspective. So I'm here right now with 10 tips on how to help you become empowered. And for those that want to take this to the next level, some more information on how you can do that. So let's dive in with tip number 1. Put your trust in the universe and your spirit team. Now realize you don't have to struggle on your own. You have this whole big support team around you with your guides, your guardian angels that are just waiting for you to invite them in and give you assistance. So if there is anything that you're worried about, you've got concerns over, hand it over to them. Invite them into your life and realize that by surrendering, you become so much more empowered. And remember that, your guardian angels, they are with you lifetime after lifetime. They know you better than you know yourself, because obviously they've seen you through all your past lives. And nothing is too big or too small to ask for their help. You are their sole purpose. So invite them in and put your trust in the universe. Trust that everything is always working out for your highest good. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, it's because you've only been redirected to something far greater. Tip number 2. Examine what's stopping you. And this does require a bit of digging deep and soul searching, because sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves in ways we don't even realise. And it all comes down to having unmet needs and trying to fulfill those in perhaps unhealthy ways. And quite often, a lot of this comes down to childhood issues. Or perhaps we experienced a trauma or weren't given the love and attention that we really needed. So we carry that with us, and it ricochets and affects us throughout our adult lives. So, really look and see if you're trying to fulfill those unmet needs in unhealthy ways. And if you are, really look at reparenting yourself and giving yourself that love that you absolutely, definitely deserve. Tip number 3, become conscious. And this kind of links in to that, in the fact that to be empowered, to feel that sense of expansion, we really want to become fully aware of our thoughts and beliefs and actions. It's really interesting, actually, that something like 95% of our thoughts are subconscious. Our brain is actually very efficient, and it builds these neural pathways, and we can imagine them like high-speed motorways, and our brain just zips along. And that's great if all the habits and beliefs you have helped you create this amazing, wonderful life. But if that's not the case, perhaps take a look at that and become more conscious of the way that you think and the way that you behave. Tip number 4, gain perspective. Now, I know myself when I'm going through challenging, difficult times, when I feel really low, it always helps me enormously to take myself off into nature, to go up a mountain or a huge big hill and look out and make that connection to nature, because then I feel about this big, and all of a sudden my problems feel about this big. And if you are not able to do that where you live, perhaps you can get to the coast and look out over the ocean, or just any expanse of nature where you're connecting with that. So yeah, Tip number 4, gain perspective. Tip number 5, overcome fear of the unknown. Now, it can be really scary when we don't know what's around the corner and we don't know what to expect. But realise it's in our most challenging times when, you know, our mettle is really tested, that we are fully aware, actually, of, and surprised quite often, how strong we really are. So it can be difficult when we're faced with these scary times, but really there's a saying, isn't there? Overcome the fear and do it anyway. Because when you are really tested like that, that's when you grow the most. So you've got this. You can do this. Step number 6. And it's step out of being self-conscious. Don't let the fear of what other people think of you hold you back. And this is one of the benefits of becoming a little bit older. You learn not to care. But yeah, if that is an issue for you, just realise that as long as you're being true to yourself, as long as you are shining that beautiful inner light and being unapologetically you, the right people are going to resonate with that. So step out of being self-conscious. Tip number 7, be the light. And remember that love is always the strongest force. So no matter what you are going through right now, if you are acting from your heart and, you know, being as kind and as beautiful as you can be, you know, giving where you can, especially to charities and the homeless, and, you know, even if it's just your time or a smile, you know, that is automatically empowering you, isn't it? So, tip number 7, be the light. Tip number 8, be open to different possibilities. Try not to be too rigid on pinning your happiness on one eventuality of something working out just so. If you are trying to manifest something right now, always add on the end, may this or something better, please. Because that just opens it up to the universe to deliver what you want in ways you might have never been able to imagine. And all of a sudden, you know, you're living your wildest dreams. You know? So, yeah, be open to different possibilities. Things might not always present themselves to you in a way that you would have realised. Tip number 9 is a deep one. It's forgiveness. And realise that if you're carrying this pain and anger in your heart or upset in your heart, it's really just robbing you of your peace and happiness. So if it's something that you've done that you need to forgive yourself for, just try and find compassion in your heart for yourself and really realise that you were doing the very best that you could in that moment. You know, we're all human and we all make mistakes, but the big thing is that we learn from it, you know, and we grow as a result. And if it's something that's happened to you, you know, again, try and have the sense of perspective that it matters more that this is no longer affecting you and no longer robbing you of your happiness. So you need to really put your focus on loving yourself more and caring yourself not to let this affect you anymore, and trying to find compassion for that person and how damaged they must have been to have done that, you know. And when you're trying to find that resolution in your heart, you're not condoning that behaviour, because it will never be right. You're just choosing not to let it affect you in this moment. Okay? And then finally, tip number 10, go with the flow. So, if we're holding on to things too tightly, if we're swimming against stream and battling against life, and we're coming up against resistance, it's not doing us any good, is it? And the more we can just relax and go with the flow a bit more, the more empowered we're going to be. And actually there is more strength in having that gentle approach than there is against having that aggressive attitude towards life. So tip number 10, go with the flow. Now, as children, we are all born in perfection, and we are straight from source, and we carry that energy of pure unconditional love. And so when we look into the eyes of a baby, we have the ability to remember that. But what happens? We go on and we experience life on earth, and any parent will tell you that being a parent is the toughest job on the planet. And inevitably, every single parent will make mistakes. And as I mentioned, unfortunately, those continue to affect us through later life, whether it's consciously or not. Life here on earth really is the toughest training ground. And truthfully, our souls came here to experience, both sides of the coin, the good and the bad, the full rainbow of emotions, because that is how we expand, that's how we grow, that's how we reach our infinite potential. So we're taught as children to look after our bodies, to brush our teeth, to exercise, to eat healthily, but we're not taught so much how to look after our minds. And so this is what I'm really wanting to help you with right now, is to give you all the tools and tips that you need to get yourself in a good place and be able to stay there. So I've developed a 6-week online course, Becoming Empowered, which is an amazing journey. And the first thing I look at teaching you is from a whole mind, body, spirit perspective, and realizing that we are energy, we are energetic beings, and I get you to be able to balance your own energy, to work with your own energy, and to get that into harmony and alignment. And then I give you quick and simple tips to be able to instantly reconnect with your power, connect with the energy of the earth, and really instantly get you in a good place. And we go a bit deeper. We go and examine your thought patterns and your beliefs and your actions, and look at what's serving you. And I give you an amazing technique to help you release anything that isn't. So we cover looking into forgiveness and what really you are ready to let go of, just to help you lead the most magical, beautiful life that you deserve. And at the very end of the course, I connect you to your guardian angel, and it is just the most beautiful experience. So this is a 6-week course that I give you all the information that you need to get you in living the best possible life. Now I realise we're all busy people, and so I've made this as easy as possible for you. I have audio recorded all the content, and you can still read through everything, but you can just press play as well. And I'm going to be there with you every single step of the way. So I've done 6 Zooms, one each week, to really handhold you through this whole process. So you're getting that connection. And there is something so magical as well when we all get together in a group to support each other. It's a beautiful experience. And I've also created a Facebook group, a private group, where I continually post inspiring and uplifting ideas, things that have helped me feel empowered. So I'm sharing that with you, and you've got lifetime access to that, and lifetime access to the course content as well. I do hold an early bird price as well, which is something really to take advantage of if you can. It runs until a month before the start of the course, so I really encourage you to hop on and make the most of that as well, if that's possible. So if you are ready to get yourself in a good place and be able to stay there, to have all the tools and techniques that you need to be able to do that, and really, this is a life-changing course where, it's really setting you up for life. If you're ready to take that step, please visit my website, angelicenergies.co.uk, or message me if you'd like any information. Okay, so thank you very much. I've been Sophie Fox from Angelic Energies, and I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.